What's up guys, this is Eric, also known as Fifthdread, and it's been a long time since I made a video, but I've been really motivated to make a new one, and here we go. Today we're finally going to do a gaming setup video of my PC setup, specifically. You've seen my arcade stuff in the past, you've seen me do different projects, and today I want to show you my true passion, which is PC gaming and technology at my main desk. So here we go, let's go over each component one at a time. You have the main PC. This is sitting in the Corsair 900D case. You have some really nice components here. It's actually a few years old now, but it still runs pretty well. You can see it's fully water cooled. It's actually changed a little bit since I first built it. I'm running an Intel CPU. It's a 3930K clocked at 4 GHz, and it runs completely quiet. This case actually has 18 fans in it, and these 18 fans, it actually runs silent because there's so many of them. They can all run at the slowest possible speeds, making it run extremely quiet. The loudest part of the computer actually ends up being the hard drives and the two pumps. I actually have two pumps for redundancy, just in case one pump ends up dying, you have another pump backing it up. The graphics card in the computer is the 780. It's actually getting a little bit old now, and I'm going to upgrade to the 1080 here soon. On the 27th, I think, is the release day for the 1080. So when the 1080 comes out, I'll be picking that up. Until then, I'm stuck on the 780, which is actually a little bit weak for this monitor I got here. This is the Acer Predator X34. It's a ultra-wide monitor, curved display. The resolution's a super high 3440 by 1440. It's an IPS display, so it's very color accurate and it's beautiful. And the best thing about it is it's good for gaming as well, because we're sitting at 100 Hz refresh rate. That means you're going to get a buttery smooth experience, and it also is, on top of that, a G-Sync display. That means you're not going to get any tearing. It matches the refresh rate of your monitor with the FPS of your game, meaning you're going to get a buttery smooth experience below your maximum refresh rate and at your maximum refresh rate. And I gotta say guys, it's very smooth, very buttery smooth, but the 780 just simply can't push this high resolution, so I'm going to need to upgrade to the 1080 to really utilize this monitor to its fullest capability. For my secondary display, I have the QNX QX2710. And it's a great monitor. This is actually an older Korean monitor that I had imported back when you didn't have commercially available 1440p 120 Hz monitors. This was the only way to get 120 Hz at 1440p, was to overclock monitors that weren't really designed to do that. As far as my mouse goes, I have the this is the Razer Naga Epic Chroma, and it's an excellent mouse. Actually, there's one issue with it, and that was the scroll wheel. These Naga Epic mouse, if you buy the wireless one or the wired one, both of them have the same scroll wheel problem, and you're going to have to go online and find a fix for it if you want to fix it. Basically, where you'll scroll down or up, and it'll kind of scroll the opposite way you want to go. So that's kind of a negative with these. Actually, I've had two of these mice, and both of them had the same problem. So I don't really recommend the Razer Naga unless you really, really like the Razer product. It's actually, I'm still using it because I was able to fix it. But actually, I bought the Logitech G600 just so I had another option. Let's talk about the keyboard. It's actually the Corsair K70 keyboard. Very popular keyboard, and I love it. It's got Cherry MX Reds in it. They have a really linear feel to them, and they're great for gaming. They're effortless to push, and that's the way I like it, because supposedly the easier they are to push, the quicker reaction time could be, or whatever. Personally, I like the way the keyboard looks as well. It's got the red LEDs, which matches my whole red and black aesthetic with my desktop. And the red lights on my monitor, and my red LED bulbs that I have. Actually, these bulbs, since we're on the topic of bulbs, I actually have some ambient lighting which I can control with an IR remote. I can change the colors of the bulbs, and really at night it gives you a really nice moody feel in here, so they're very much appreciated. My audio setup's pretty nice as well. I actually have a two-way setup. I have these two bookshelf monitors up here. They're excellent. They produce excellent sound quality. I have no arguments with them. They're a little bit high. Obviously, if you're an audiophile, you'd want to have your speakers at your ear level, so basically right where my monitors are, and that's just not possible with this setup. So what I did was I propped them, actually made these speaker stands out of PVC pipe and some wood that I was able to get at Home Depot. And you can see they're pretty nice. I actually did like a little bit of a stain on the wood. And the top I have sound dampening foam so the audio doesn't transfer into the desk. And it makes a really great sound. I'm powering them with what they call a shit stack. This is the from Shit Audio. They, if you want to spell that, it's SCHITT. And you can see I have the DAC. I have their DAC. I have their headphone amp, and I have a two-way switcher, so I can switch between two different audio sources on the fly, or I can just turn the speakers off if I don't have a second audio source. And you can see I have a little bit of gamer swag around. I have the Mr. Meesinks from Rick and Morty, a big Rick and Morty fan. I have a Creeper and an Enderman. I also got a few other little knickknacks. I have a Gundam that I put together. My buddy Joel brought me back this excellent Gundam. It was a good, it was a fun piece to build. I have another Gundam here that was kind of like my beginner Gundam. Of course, I have the BB-8 from Sphero. That's kind of a gift from my wife for Christmas. It was great. Big Star Wars fan, so always got to have the Star Wars swag around. I actually have a Darth Vader lightsaber here. That's always fun to have around your desk. And in the room as well, you can see I have all sorts of Walking Dead toys and action figures, and these little guys here. Michonne's sword, I gotta have that. That was actually a gift for the wife. She's a big Walking Dead fan, so figured I'd show you guys my the swag in the room as well. You can actually see a little Tomb Raider action figure here. That's from the collection or whatever, collector's edition. And we have the Hot Toys action figure here. This is actually from the Thor movies. If you know Loki, this is Hot Toys make excellent figurines, and Loki is no exception. It's actually excellent quality. The highest quality figurine you can get probably is Hot Toys. They make some really awesome figurines, so I can nerd out over those. I also have an Xbox One in here for whenever I'm deciding to play Halo. That's the only thing I really use my Xbox One for. And I have a monitor specific for that. It's a BenQ 60Hz monitor. It's no bells and whistles, except it's an excellent 60Hz 1080p 27-inch monitor. Also, you can hear me talking into the Blue Yeti microphone. This microphone, if you haven't seen it, you probably haven't seen a lot of YouTube setup tours, because everyone has the Blue Yeti mic, and it's the tried and true excellent sound quality mic for a good price, $100. And they actually have different versions of it now, so you can get it black, and you can get it with XLR outputs if you want to have the Pro setup. And it's an excellent microphone, and I've been using it for years for playing video games and hanging out. For my headphones, I've been using these. This is the Sennheiser 558s. These are excellent headphones, and the thing is, the 558s, they're not the best you can get, but they're excellent for the price. You're actually going to get an excellent open back sound, which if you're like me, you want to have the best soundstage possible. And these are audiophile terms and everything, but you know, having an open back gives you the largest soundstage. It's great for really surround sound type of gaming, because you have great positional audio. And of course, I'm going to reach over here and grab the Xbox One controller, which is my controller of choice on the PC. I've been using Xbox 360 controllers, PS4 controllers, but the tried and true Xbox brand controllers are always good, and the Xbox One makes minor improvements on an already excellent Xbox 360 controller. So you can't really go wrong here. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention the Hypno Cube. Up here you can see this is the Hypno Cube, and because it's not really dark out, I can't really do it justice in a video, but it's great. Basically an LED matrix cube. It's hard to describe, but that's really it. It does different patterns. It looks awesome. It was a Christmas gift from the wife. So totally an awesome. I'm really big into projects and stuff, and the wife saw that I was getting into LEDs and basically Arduino and Raspberry Pi projects. So she bought this to kind of motivate me to finish my projects and actually complete them. And the thing is, I haven't even finished it yet, but hopefully in a later video I'll be able to show you kind of what I want to do with LEDs. It's going to be pretty cool. Alright guys, this was my computer setup. There's a lot more involved, but you can see it's very much lived in. The computer setup isn't very minimalist like a lot of gaming setups you see online. It's definitely not as clean, but it is functional and it works, and this is actually the cleanest it's been in quite some time because I do a lot of projects in here. I tend to have a lot of parts laying around, and it's really hard to maintain the cleanliness, but now that I plan on making videos, I really wanted to spruce it up a little bit. There's obviously some cables showing that are just impossible to hide, but you know, I did what I can, and it looks pretty good. Alright guys, that's it for this video. If you have any questions or comments on the equipment I showed you here, please leave them in the comments down below. And up and coming, I'm going to do the HTC Vive review. It's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to sharing my opinions on the HTC Vive. The Vive in itself, virtual reality, I think it's going to be really neat, and I have my opinions on it and I want to share them with you. Also, I plan on doing some arcade cabinet update videos. It's been a long time since I've showed you the arcade cabinet, so I figured we'd go back down there and take a look at it. And real quick, just to update you guys on me, lots happened in the past year for me, so that's why I've kind of been off the grid. But I plan on making a few videos here and there. My goal is once a week make a video about tech, about a review, about this or that, whatever's going on that's relevant to me and my life. That's what I plan on putting on this channel, so stay subscribed, and soon I'm going to put up the HTC Vive review, which is coming up next week, hopefully. Hopefully. And then I'm really looking forward to sharing my opinions on that. But in the meantime, this has been Fifthdread, and I'll see you guys in the next video.